Y'all,
Hey,
I'm Shakora,
and I'm Ebony.
and welcome to the Unapologetically Us podcast, where we talk about life, mental health, fitness, finances, and everything in between. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
I don't know why they still so funny to me, but
It's pretty funny to me too. I'm just saying. It's cute or whatever. But anywho, child, listen, what's been going on with just going on? Clearly, I can't get that out. What's been up, child? Listen.
Nothing has been going on, but I will like to send a little encouragement to those of you who are, either have a business, a side hustle, whatever you want to call it, that you provide a service to other people. You never know who has your name in their mouth.
Absolutely.
And not in a bad way. Let me rephrase that then. You never know who's referring you. Because you never know who's watching.
Yeah.
You never know who, even if those people don't go use you or call you, you just never know who's doing it. And I do want to give some people a little encouragement and say there's not always strangers. People quick to say, I launched a business and my people didn't support me. And I'm not saying that don't happen, because I believe that that's definitely true. It does happen to some people.
Yes.
But I will say that if you, and I probably said it before on this podcast, if you have a tight circle of people, those people are putting your name in people's ears. Mm-hmm. The people may not call you and tell you, hey, Shakora called me or Latonia called me, but they're going to call you. Yeah. And ask for whatever that they need or order from you, or if you have a booking site that they go on and book on your booking site. So you never know, which is why I'm always big on, I may not be perfect, but I like to give great customer service.
Absolutely.
Because people will, especially when you're learning, when you're first starting off, people will give you that grace for customer service. Mm-hmm. People will, or in quality. It may take me a little longer to do this, but you're going to get quality work out of it. Mm-hmm. So if you're starting something, or if you are in the middle of something, remember that customer service and quality are what you really need. Like I said, whether it's blinging out shoes, whether it's doing t-shirts, whether it's bartending, whether it's doing a podcast, whether it's doing makeup, nails, hair, wigs, braids, it don't matter. Mowing the yard, because we got guys who wash too. Mm-hmm. Mowing the yard, driving trucks, washing cars, whatever you're doing on the side, or if it's your business, customer service and quality are a must.
Yeah.
Very important.
That's good. I'm gonna piggyback off that, because you brought something to mind that was definitely a good segue to what I'm about to say. I want to send that same encouragement to those individuals who have their businesses, in particular private practices like mine. We had an episode that talked about fears and potential and things like that, but when stepping out and actually doing that, there's a lot of clinicians that I see that starts private practices and they sit with no clients for months. So that is a fear that comes up. So I want to encourage those who are starting their private practices to know that there's clients out there. And I want to encourage those who have the clients, who may have waiting lists and things like that, to refer those to those individuals who are sitting there with no clients. I am extremely grateful to Judith, who I was doing group practice with, who has her private practice. I worked under her, and she let me watch her. She let me in on a lot of things that was going to be beneficial to private practice. And not only that, did she allow me to take my clients who I was seeing in her practice with me to mine. So a lot of people don't do that. So I thank you for that. But aside from that, just different people, like you said, that you may not even know that's putting your name out there. I don't even know how many people will say, oh, so-and-so referred me. Oh, Dr. So-and-so referred me. I'm like, I don't know that doctor. And then just kind of trying to figure it out. Oh, this doctor that I did know said, use this person as a referral. So, word of mouth, we do a lot of networking and things like that. But word of mouth is probably my favorite. Because the people are definitely going to put it out there, and I try my best as well to put people's businesses out. I had Jazzy, who's in the challenge with us, send me her flyer and say, hey, can you post this for me? I sure can. She has her daycare and things like that. So I want
you referred Jazzy to me, which I had to remind her. I said, we already talked a while ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so see, I didn't know, but she said
consultant
tax.
At our house. At your house.
Yes.
Right after y'all moved.
Yeah. So she said somebody accountant tax stuff. I said, okay, here you go. Mm-hmm. I do know somebody. Things like that. Like I'm resharing because what's a press of a button. Like you literally could just share. I don't even have to put nothing. No caption. Nothing. Just.
And even if you don't share, because a lot of people are not on Facebook. Mm-hmm. There are people that I plug. I share, and then sometimes I get, I'm like, if I'm kind of like laying off social media a little bit without officially announcing I'm off social media, I just post like my stuff and then maybe share stuff here and there. But I do plug. I plug a lot of people.
Yeah. And I need you to show me how to do that for the stories. Like, you know how somebody posts something on their stories and then you can take what they post and post
they
on your story?
They have to tag you.
Oh, they got to tag you?
So it's easier if they tag you.
Okay, so say for instance, like if Diamond put something on her stories. Mm-hmm. If I want to put it in my story, she got to tag me?
What you mean? Like a post or a story?
Just like whatever she posted, just say she's advertising something, one of her reels in her story.
So that little thing, I'm gonna show you.
Okay, yeah, show me, because I be trying to do that and I give up every time. But yeah, we like to share people's stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So like I said, you never know, but at the same time too, you make sure that you doing what you're supposed to do behind.
Absolutely.
Because you never know. Mm-hmm. Quality is important. Yes. Yeah, so that's why I wanted to say, because it was a conversation I was having with a coworker earlier this week. Just telling her like, yeah, you just never know who's saying something. Mm-hmm. Even though you don't get the call, you just never know. Mm-hmm. And then somebody's taking your name, holding it until they're ready, and then they'll call you. Mm-hmm. So you just never know.
Right. And shout out to Ariel real quick, because you saw I tagged you in that post. Yes. So Ariel plugged us on the podcast, and she was like, the young lady or the person was like, I'm gonna check it out. And then she did. She came back and was like, oh my God, love it. And so that's when I tagged you. I was like, well, thank you so much, like that. So, people they're off the strength of knowing somebody else, they're gonna go check you out. We do have a few more followers on our YouTube page. So
I saw that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And since we're shouting out Ariel, we'll go ahead and plug her candles. If you are looking for some good smelling homemade candles, black owned, please support Acai Candle Co. Yay. That is Acai, ACAI, candle, you know how to spell candle, co.com.
Yes. Oh, good. Ariel, you better be listening. No.
She better listen now. You know what? I ain't even gonna pull this as a clip. That way we'll know if she listen.
She ain't.
So I'm just saying, if I don't pull the clip, she ain't listen.
That's
Anyway, let's get into today's topic. So today we're gonna go through a little session of questions again. Not like Never Have I Ever. It won't be those type of questions, because if you watch that episode, you know that was an episode.
That was an episode.
We may do another one like that. We might as well, because I done heard some feedback off that episode.
Me too.
They say if I had to say what was my favorite, that was my favorite.
That episode rising. Like our first episode, the What About Our Friends episode, that been staying at number one with the most views. But that never have I ever one coming up.
Because people said that we felt that one was we were the most lax and the most open. Because we was. So this is another one to kind of let us be vulnerable at the same time, let you get to know us a little more for those that are new that watch us, or those that just, that know me and don't know Shakora, or know Shakora and don't know me. To give you a little, time to get to know us a little more, or a little better. That's what we're looking for, better. So first question is, what stresses you out the most?
Child, everything. But seriously, what stresses me out the most? Let me see.
Why you think I'll answer?
Yeah, you answer.
Not feeling in control.
Oh, Jesus. She a control freak.
But not in that sense. And when I say not feeling in control, it means because everything on my plate is overwhelming.
Gotcha.
So I feel like I don't have control of my day because I have so much on my plate and it's overwhelmed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That stresses me out.
Yeah, I got you. Let me see. I think what stresses me out the most is when I get to a point where I feel like I should be moving, but I'm not. And I get to that point often where I get to a point where I'm like, you should be doing stuff. But then also in that same breath telling myself, you need to be sitting down somewhere. So that kind of stressed me out with that level of like kind of imbalance. It increases my stress, definitely, where I feel like, what am I supposed to be doing? Or am I supposed to be doing something? So that stresses me. That stresses me. And my husband, he stresses me.
Now, what you're not going to do is talk about my best friend like that on this podcast. Girl. Next question. What keeps you going on hard days?
Oh, that's a good one. What keeps me going on hard days? My family. Of course, recently married, so I could say family, but prior to Jaden. Jaden kept me going. My family keeps me going now, but Jaden kept me going, baby. Jaden is the reason I'm the woman I am today. God knew exactly when they say he know what he be doing, baby, he be doing what he be doing. But I needed a daughter. I needed her to get where I'm going. I cannot say that if I would have had a son in that moment that I would be the woman that I am today. But Jaden was what kept me going. Still is today, but now along with just the sense of being a mother, a stepmother, a wife, and all of that. So yeah, that'll get me going.
What gets me going is a phrase that I used when I was getting ready to, when I knew that it was time for me to leave Monroe. I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I knew that it was happening, and I was at a job that I did not like. I wasn't in my field, but the saying of every day I'm one day closer. To whatever that means. At that time, it was I'm one day closer to getting that call that I got a job that's moving me to Baton Rouge. Or if it's I'm one day closer to reaching my goals. It also helps me to make sure that I'm being disciplined in that day, because you don't want to let what you hoping for or praying for it come and then you're not ready for it.
Absolutely.
So we don't know when the day gonna come, but I know that every day I get up, I'm one day closer to that day.
Yeah.
So that keeps me going, and the fact that not necessarily, yeah, Jay, but I also have nephews. I have a blood niece who's by this time graduated high school, and I have cousins, church members that I don't know or didn't know at the time that look up to me. Mm-hmm. And so, knowing that sometimes the things that I'm going through will make it easier for them. Mm-hmm. That if I go through a struggle, or if this path is hard for me, then whatever lessons I'm learning, I'm taking. Even now at 32, my cousins and brothers, if they're willing to listen, I would tell them, like, yeah, I did it this way, so don't do it that way. Yeah. You know, if I could go back, this is what I would do different. I played around in this season, you know, and sometimes you can scapegoat, and sometimes it come back and bite you in the butt. So, but just at the same time, knowing that, like, and I heard this at church one time. The lady said, your problems, you're going through what you're going through because somebody else is going to need it, but also those coming behind you, you're sacrificing so they don't have to sacrifice as much.
Mm-hmm. When I live by that. When I tell you that phrase lives rent free in my head, and I am okay with it. Mm-hmm. That gets me through so many hard times, knowing that I'm going through it so that the person behind me don't have to. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm so open and so willing to give anything that I have, as far as educational wise, knowledge wise, anything that I know. There's nothing that anybody can call me about, and if I know that, I won't give it to them. Mm-hmm. Because I went through it. I experienced this hard times, good times, rough times, almost killed me times. Mm-hmm. I went through it for a reason. You know, we make the joke, and we make that joke that says, whoever put me on the strongest soldier list, please take me off. But I believe that, you know, he put it there for me for a reason, whether it's for me to have it and be strong enough to be able to get through something else for somebody, to be strong enough to see my child through it, to see a family member through it, whoever it may be, my sister through it, whatever the case. But I, in that moment, be like, dang, why that had to happen? Why I had to experience that? But then I have to pull myself back and say, for a reason. And so, yeah, that phrase live rent free in my head, baby. So, yeah, that's good, though. That's good.
Okay, so this next question, you know, if you're watching us, you know, the last episode we talked about potential and comfort and fear blocking those things. So I specifically picked this question because Shakora likes to call people out. So this is about to be for you.
What? Me?
What is
me?
Yes. What is something you are currently putting off?
Girl, she messy. She is messy.
You welcome, Des.
Nothing at all.
So you gonna lie to the people like
nothing at all?
You gonna lie to the people like this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you go back to, what was that episode? Am I the problem?
No, not the what if. No, I'm not. What am I putting off? Whatever could you be talking about?
Girl, you answer this question. Y'all see her deflecting? Look at
deflecting, baby. What?
Big time.
Okay. What you talking about? The fact that I won't Levi, but I'm putting that off.
I mean, I wasn't gonna take it there, but okay. I was gonna talk about your journal.
Oh, that journal is.
You putting it off?
Yeah, but because I have a vision for this journal. Why it's not coming together, I don't know. But I also can say that I haven't really put 100% behind it, and I don't want to put 75% behind it and produce something at 75%, right?
So isn't that the same thing as putting it off?
Okay, but I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, you putting it off.
I'm just saying.
And you putting off my new nephew too, but you also are putting his journal off. But I know where you are with I wasn't even gonna bring it up because we talk about that. Well, and your back and forth with I want it, I don't.
He'll be here on sometime.
But I was really talking about the journal.
Well, look.
But anyway.
Well, look.
Sometimes you gotta hold your people accountable.
We're working on it.
Well, that's good. I am putting off. What am I putting off? I don't think I'm putting off nothing right now.
I
was putting it off before now.
Baby.
I don't think I'm putting off nothing right now.
Are you right?
If I'm putting anything off, it's rest.
I agree, baby. Baby, you know me. I will call her out. And I think for the most part,
I don't think I'm putting
she handled it all. My girl sent me a picture the other day and was like, event number 3. I was like, what?
I don't think I'm not turning anything down. It's a blessing and a curse. Well, not curse. I don't want to say curse. Mm-hmm. It has its pros and cons.
Okay.
But I'm not,
Tell her to make sure she incorporates self-care, though.
Oh, now you know.
Okay. I'm just saying.
You know, when I got off last Sunday, I sat in my living room and snuggled up on my couch and watched Godfather of Harlem and basketball.
Okay. Self-care.
Left my phone in the room.
Ooh.
Sure did.
Self-care.
I did not want to be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to, because I go so much, I wanted to have my alone time. And if I will say, because I go so much, I don't get that alone time as much as I like to.
Yeah, because that girl likes some alone time. Jesus, good.
That's self-care for me. That's a time for me to just come, sit down, chill out, do what I want to do, watch what I want to watch, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm putting off anything, it would definitely be my alone time and my rest.
Mm-hmm. I agree currently.
Anyway,
ask me again in 3 weeks and I may not agree.
Next question. What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear? It's gonna seem like we circling back to, but my biggest fear is just not living in my full potential. Mm-hmm. Like, it's so hard to really know what your purpose is. Mm-hmm. And you can go through a lot of things that feel like purpose, but still feel that like, I like this, but this isn't it. Mm-hmm. And I know we say all the time we go through things because we supposed to. But God, if you just lead me to my purpose. But you know what? I have been feeling very complete these days. Mm-hmm. I know that one thing that I wanted to do is be able to speak to women on a platform. And I think I made a post about that the other day. Kind of just a little clip was like, I never thought that I'll be on a platform like this. And of course, we have so many long-term goals for this podcast, but to essentially be able to speak to women, or not even just women, but people, especially on the level as far as just like life goes, and that purpose came, or that goal I guess I had came from being a college student, young, and having a baby. Just thinking like, oh Lord, my life is over. I'm not gonna be able to do anything because that's what society told us. Mm-hmm. And being able to get past all the, oh, you can't do it, you won't do it, you won't graduate, and how many times did I graduate? Periods. But, oh, you won't accomplish, you can't make this amount, and all of those things, and being able to still prove those particular people and society wrong. You know, being able to speak to women, knowing that it's almost like I ain't telling you what to do, but I'm telling you it's hard, but it's doable. You know, so yeah, I think that's my biggest fear, is just not walking in or living in or reaching my full potential.
My biggest fear, and it could get a little deep, I may have to do a little trigger warning, I don't know. But my biggest fear is, and it's been my fear for a little while, not being able to naturally conceive a child. As a person who all my life loved kids, I was telling my coworker this the other day, so crazy. I never, if you would ask me at 18 years old, and I said on the podcast here, that at 32, I wouldn't at least have one child, I would be like, you lying. Because like I said, my mama had me at 30. So 30s period to me is old, you know? So, to be a black woman in my 30s, and we tend to deal with infertility, PCOS, fibroids, all these things that could potentially hinder us from having children. My fear, I know that there are things that are put in place to where I could have it if I so desire to.
Yeah.
But for
her,
gotta make sure you clarify. For me, I just want to be married and enjoy my husband, and one day I'm peeing on the stick and that mug is positive. Just a thing of like, just we had a good date night, and it turned into just a good chill night, a quickie that morning, whatever it was that got the baby here. I think I would embrace, if I had to go, like the infertility route with the shots and whatever me and my doctors, feels the best for me. But I can't lie and sit here and say that it would make me feel away. On top of that, being told I can't have kids at all is another fear of mine, because I pray every night, Lord, you know the desires of my heart. And being a mother and having my own child that comes out of me is a desire of my heart. So that is my biggest fear.
That's good. She got deep. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, because I'm not worried about living out my potential, because how I'm set up, if I'm not doing what, like even now, that antsiness, because I'm not where I want to be. So I'm not worried about the potential part. So if I had to think about it, it would be that. Not having a child. And even with that, it goes even deeper, because I don't want to have a child in a situation that I'm not married. So that means that there'll be two desires of my heart, a loving, healthy marriage, and then I have a child with that.
Right, absolutely. So, yeah. I mean, I can relate to that. I think that kind of sits a little bit on my brain, only because, I mean, my daughter's 12 at this point, and I'm, married now, and of course wanting that, so it sits there a little bit, but I wouldn't identify it as one of my biggest fears, but some fear, some fear. So I can relate with that, but good for you.
All right,
good for you.
Y'all say get to know us
unapologetically.
Yeah, so y'all gonna get to know us. When have you felt the most proud?
Oh, when have I felt the most proud, like of myself?
Or just anything, whatever made you the most proud?
Okay, well, I'm gonna definitely be conceited and talk about myself. But I would say most proud was obtaining my license.
Period.
And again, that's because 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 there was so many doubts. Like, yes, like and so yeah. I'll take that moment and be conceited and say that when I like getting my license for me was like, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. But it was like I did it. In spite of um I oftentimes go from what's the songs? He saw the best in me, right? But the song before that was what? Never Would Have Made It. And when Never Would Have Made It came out, it was like everybody have it in the back of their head, she won't make it. It's not gonna be what. And then shortly after that, he saw the best in me.
Come on.
Because it was for me. Like, whatever, I'm like you, whatever you set your mind to do, then you go do it. In spite of the bumps, the roadblocks, the obstacles, the voices, all of that, you do it. So yeah, that was especially in myself, was me obtaining my license. Second to that is having this baby. Having that baby, because girl. But second to that, because I knew that essentially once my daughter was here, I would be a good mother, and I was gonna do anything by any means behind my child. And anybody that knows me know that.
She's gonna do whatever behind her child.
It goes down behind Jada McKenzie, baby. So
facts.
So yeah, that's a given there. But definitely, that's what I would say. What about you?
Whew, well, you talk about me going deep. It ain't gonna be as deep and conceited as that.
Oh, not as conceited.
When I felt the most, or I didn't say felt, I've been feeling the most proud when I have those random moments of looking around my house and saying, Lord God, we still here. We still here. There's food. There's my car's out there, and I got clothes and gas to put in my vehicle, and we still here.
We making it.
These people getting their little money from me every month. My lights is on. My cable is on.
My phone is on.
Phones up or on.
Cause she a baller.
No,
apparently.
I just like separating business and personal.
Ooh.
But that is when I be feeling the most proud.
Yeah.
Cause I, again, as a child, you see, like you just know that you got a home. You don't know what it takes to have somewhere to lay your head and what all goes into having somewhere to lay your head at night. And so for me, it is to know that like having somewhere to lay your head is just part of the game.
Yeah. To
go out to eat, go on trips, go on all this takes more, which I knew, but to actually be going through it, you do feel a sense of, oh, I'm doing the damn thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's a lot that go into it, and especially if you have a particular lifestyle or a particular way you want to live. I'm comfortable. It's cool. Is it my dream? No.
Yeah.
And I know that if I want to, I know what I have to dig a little deeper to push myself to reach that level that I want to reach. But for now, I am proud to be like, I'm out here on my own, by myself, doing the things. So that makes me the most proud. Good. We will end with this last and final question. Where do you hope to be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from now?
Baby, just run me the millions. Periods. But yeah, I mean, comfortable. That point in your life where I feel like I could reach my potential, but me being me, I know that it's just gonna be like a ongoing thing. Make it, and then
it's gonna be
I want something
level.
else, and so just being able to continue to chase those goals, continue to be healthy, continue to be a good mother, continue to be a good wife, continue to be a good sister, friend, all of those things. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm walking in the right direction. I feel like I'm walking in becoming a better version of myself every day. So I just hope in 5 to 10 years that I'm still being able to do that, physically, mentally, and emotionally.
For me, a year from now, I'm trying to be a baby. You know what I'm saying? Period. No, 5 to 10 years.
So weak.
I'm gonna be a baby,
I'm so weak at you.
But no, 5 to 10 years from now, I do hope to be full time in my business. Good. I do hope to be able to bartend on the level that I want to, which is to eventually make it a hobby, not source of income, but more of like a what you call them things? Residual. Mm-hmm. Something like that. Income. Passive income. Mm-hmm. That's the word. It was coming to me. Of just like, oh, let me go do this little gig and make X amount of dollars and go home, and call it a day. Mm-hmm. I do also desire to or hope that by then I am married to my husband, you know what I'm saying? The hubby. Be blowing my back out.
Not the back out. Brand,
and
you hear that?
If I'm married, what's she gonna say?
Nothing.
Pause, cause I done told y'all. I'm letting you know at the reception what time it is. So anyway,
baby, cause check her out on the floor at my wedding.
I'm letting you know I'm coming in that mug backing the thing up on my man. So I'm letting you know what's going down when we get. If it's not that night, we gonna wake up that morning and you finna give me some of this.
To all the mamas, the grandmamas, the aunties.
Love you.
Pastor,
Uncle Pastor. Love you.
Not the
But I'm married.
But I'm married now.
This is what it is.
This is what it is.
I do hope to have that. And not just working full time in my business. I want to be hitting the target clients that I really am pushing to go to. Not knocking the ones that I have because they are target clients. Mm-hmm. But I do have a deeper passion for a certain type of client that I do want to have. So good. I hope 5 to 10 years from now, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. And, living my life, like you say, to whatever my potential is at that time. Mm-hmm. I feel like even if I reach the goals I currently have, I still feel like there'll be something more that I would want. Mm-hmm. Not saying that I wouldn't be happy or complacent with where I am, but I just believe that life is all about elevation. Mm-hmm. You continue to elevate. You continue to grow. You continue to, do whatever. And then once your time is up, your time is up. Mm-hmm. But I want to be able to make sure that I am fulfilling whatever purpose I need to be. I feel like part of my passion is helping people. Mm-hmm. And so part of my business is part of my passion. Good. But I know I have a passion beyond that. Bartending is part of a passion because it's helping people. I'm helping people get drunk. But no, I am helping people go out and enjoy themselves. And I like to sit back and watch people enjoy themselves. I want to be able to live a dream that my mom, I feel, hasn't been able to live. My mom is a big family-oriented person, and the older I get, the more that I see some of those qualities out of me. And so I would love to have enough space in my home to where I can host Christmas and host family gatherings and a nice side. My mom has been a sucker for a yard. She wanted a nice house with a yard space because she wanted to be able to host her family at her house. So that's something that I hope to have as well.
Awesome.
Thank you guys. Oh, we didn't even. Well, that was our wind down question. Thank you guys. Oh Lord, we still got a lot of wine.
We still got a lot of wine. We was talking, baby.
And if you are wondering, this wasn't no game. Teen Vogue apparently had some good. They had some questions I was like, nah. But they had some that I was like, ooh, if I ask these would be a good questions to go deep with. So,
shout out to them.
Teen Vogue
for the questions.
And I gotta work later. So yeah, it's gonna be a good night.
It's gonna be a good night.
I don't know if I'm gonna be messing up people's drinks or not. So no, I'm gonna do good.
For the greater good.
This little wine didn't do nothing to me because I ate, thank God. But thank you guys for joining us today. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate us on all podcast platforms. If you have any questions or topic discussions, feel free to email us at unapologeticallyuspod@yahoo.com. That is unapologeticallyuspod@yahoo.com. Also follow our Instagram page at unapologeticallyuspod. All minds clear?
All minds clear.
Until the next episode, bye you guys.
Bye.